I'm here with his English D hat.
Excuse me?
Not for Dion, but for the Detroit Tigers. That D stood for something else for a long time for the Tigers, by the way. But not yesterday and not this season. As the Tigers defeat the Astros 5-2 and moving on in the playoffs. Congratulations, Shay.
Thank you. For about 10 years, that D stood for what was happening to us on the field against opponents.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Every time we
God.
took the field.
So, yes. But how about that, though? Make any calls home? What's it like back home? What are they? I mean, because this is
Vibes are high.
It's a long time coming. It's a long time coming, Shay.
You know, what's funny, Hoodie, is would the White Sox have made the wild card in the AL West?
That's not funny.
3 of the final 4 teams out of this division. Maybe they were just dealing with a juggernaut.
Say it with me. Say it proud for all the haters.
I just want Sox fans to know, and I know that you're with me, this sucks. This sucks. Guardians, Tigers, Royals in the mix.
Yep.
And the White Sox are not. And Twins, you can sit right next to us, by the way, on the non-playoff teams. I mean, if you talk about, there's already pressure at 35th and Vec, Dion. But when you have 3 teams in the division and you're not in it, and you're the dregs of society, the worst.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy
the worst
that.
Ever.
You can swallow that. How about that?
And not even close. You finished 50-some games back or whatever, right?
Yeah. Think about it.
50 games behind these teams.
Choke on that, baby.
Yeah. So enjoy it.
Listen, when you play in a division like this, I'm confident now, at least in saying if they played in the AL West, they wouldn't have set the record.
Wow. A lot. I'll take on the Angels 25 times, 29 times. That'd be fine. I just think it's great. I'm happy for Shay. And I'm happy
I'm happy for Detroit too.
and my family in Battle Creek and Kellogg that are Tigers fans as well.
I've got a lot of family that's Guardians fans.
So
They're all in.
it's all in the division though.
I know.
So-
that's painful. Also painful to note, Daryl Van Schouwen put out on Twitter last night how many ex-White Sox are actually in the postseason right now.
Yes.
Are we raining on shot or no shot here, Shay? Or are we okay if
You are.
keep talking?
Yeah, of
about
course.
it? All right, well, I'll just keep going. There's no one's stopping me. These are the ex-White Sox in the postseason right now. Carlos Rodon, Dylan Cease, Jose Quintana, Chris Sale, sort of. Aaron Bummer, Ronaldo Lopez, Michael Kopech, Jose Ruiz, Tanner Banks, Ian Hamilton, Tommy Canley, right?
Canley.
Canley. Tim Hill, James McCann, Tommy Pham, and Paul DeYoung.
Yeah. Some of those guys aren't very good,
Motley Crue.
but they are in the playoffs.
They are in the playoffs.
Take that, White Sox. Shay, what do you have for us on Shot or No Shot on a glorious day as the Tigers get the job done and my San Diego Padres, they continue on as well.
For the Friar faithful.
That's right.
All right. When a trade pops up in the NFL, or a trade request, rather, as it did this week with Davante Adams, so do the rumors. And the formerly proud Sports Illustrated has thrown the Bears into the mix for Davante Adams, saying the Bears have run 0, 10, or 1 personnel plays this year. What that means is you'd have 1 running back and 4 wide receivers. And with a glut at receiver, if they added Adams, they'd have Adams, Allen, Moore, and Odunze. It would allow them to go to 4 receiver sets more than any team in the league. I don't view this as anywhere close to a position of need, but shot or no shot, the Bears should be involved in Davante Adams trade talk.
That's a no shot.
No shot.
That's
Agreed.
a no shot.
No shot.
You went through, you got your receiver, and again,
They-
for some it's controversial that they even got Rome Odunze because now the revisionist history is that should have been an offensive lineman.
Right.
So, but I still believe it was fine because you know that Keenan Allen, I would say 90% of me believes that Keenan Allen won't be here next year anyway. Rome Odunze will fill that slot. That's why Keenan's here for third down, and he's often injured, so that's why Rome Odunze is going to be filling the bill. So, unfortunately, the Bears are not in a position to get a wide receiver, so that's a no shot.
Yeah, I agreed. No shot. They're not. I don't even think they'd be interested in pursuing in any capacity.
And the Raiders have said it's going to cost at least a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
Shot or no shot, Adams is really hurt with the hamstring.
I think no shot. He's totally.
No shot? You think he's fine?
Yeah, come on. He was milking this injury to get himself back with Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love. I think the Packers might be interested. Christian Watson's down again.
Yes. And by the way, we saw that snowball running downhill. We knew he wasn't going to be a Raider for the long haul. It just wasn't going to happen. We saw this last year.
You knew that. He was upset when Carr left. Like he didn't. That's the reason he wanted to go there, right?
Yeah.
So agreed.
Shea Norling.
All right, Hoodie, uncork that sound you wanted to play now. DJ Moore yesterday talked about a surprising thing he noticed from Rome Odunze, his speed.
Is that what you wanted?
No. DJ Moore on Odunze.
Okay.
That shoot, he be rolling off the ball. Have y'all seen him when on film? Like this past weekend, I think he took off on a route that he was wide open. I was like, dang, he moving. I even seen him out the side of my eye. I was like, am I going slow or is he just moving fast? But just his speed and confidence out there, just going out there playing free.
So this also shows up on the stat sheet because Rome Odunze, believe it or not, currently ranks 3rd among all wide receivers in separation created. He's been fantastic in route running, and obviously the breakout game against Indianapolis, we'd like to see more of that from Rome Odunze. But shot or no shot, Rome could be poised to take the wide receiver 1 role on this team.
That's
a shot. Absolutely. Sorry. You go first.
No, we could say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's a shot.
Isn't that great?
It's kumbaya. We just love to get along, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It is a shot. Why do you think it's a shot, Dion?
Well, first of all, separation created is something we keep track of.
Yeah.
I'm too tired. Okay. Anyway.
Why are you tired of stats? Why does that make you tired?
I just don't think that's the thing. And how do you really measure that? Like, I don't understand.
It's like anything else. You take the stats that you want to use, and the rest of them, if you don't need them, you don't need them.
That feels like something we're just trying to use to fill between Sundays. But whatever. I digress. Because
that's a valuable statistic. That tells you how good a wide receiver is breaking away from coverage on a route.
Okay.
Top 3 separation created against man coverage means he's owning corners.
I'm gonna find a way to use that in my story today.
I think you do. I think you should put that on Channel 7. That's toward the end of your rap, by the way, and then see what the anchor said.
I'm gonna say it on a tossback. So
Yeah.
did you guys know?
Yeah.
3rd in the league in separation created. What?
Against man coverage.
Against man coverage.
Really interesting. We better get to the weather quickly because I have no ad lib.
I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, so why I think that? Well, first of all, we know what Odunze's work ethic is. I think that, but also his talent, his speed. He's got everything to be a top wide receiver in the league. Everything. It just has to come together. But also the fact that he and Caleb are on that same track, I feel like that will make him the top receiver on the team.
Shay, when you have someone like Rome Odunze, who we watched in college, and the separation he was getting in college, ultimately, when you have that kind of talent, you think about him as the one at some point very soon anyway. DJ Moore's got a lot of miles on him. Doesn't mean he's old. Doesn't mean he's washed. Not saying he's trash. I'm not saying that. But ultimately, Rome Odunze is going to be the number 1 wide receiver on this Chicago Bears team. And he and Caleb Williams will grow up together as Chicago Bears. That's going to be the 1-2 punch at some point. Right now, DJ Moore is the number 1 receiver. It's not going to be that way forever. It's not. And so, yes, Rome Odunze at some point is going to be number 1. And I know there are some people that say that this should have been an offensive lineman instead, but you do need to have speed. Just think about the previous depth charts we've seen from the Bears, Dion, over the years, where it's just one guy. DJ Moore was by himself for a couple of years here.
Yeah.
So so I have no problem with him at some point being number 1. And I think it's going to be sooner than later. Shea Norling.
All right, yesterday, the Tigers eliminated the Houston Astros from the playoffs, ending a 7-year streak of making the American League Championship Series.
Yes.
Astros star infielder Alex Bregman, who is a pending free agent this offseason, tweeted after the game, quote, "Thank you, Houston," in an apparent farewell to the Astros organization. Bregman's going to be 31. He hit .260 this season with 26 homers and 70 RBIs for the Astros. Shot or no shot, the Chicago Cubs should sign Alex Bregman this offseason.
That's a shot. That's a shot. He is a Boris guy, and the Chicago Cubs, they can't just be middling and just saying, we like our guys, and we're just going to make a cursory move here or there. if nothing else, teams that spend a lot of money, like the Chicago Cubs, have to be on the sidelines watching these playoffs, Dion, saying, wait a minute, what's
Right.
missing? You know what's
Right.
missing? Talent, stars.
Yeah.
I already told Shay, do not put in the rundown of our shows over the winter of the winter of Cody Bellinger.
Oh my
I'm not-
gosh.
I don't
I don't want to do that again.
We're not doing that
I don't
again.
want to do that again.
We went through that already last year of, will Cody sign? Will he not sign?
sign.
Will he be with the Cubs? Will he
Right.
like if we are once again, Shay, talking about Cody Bellinger being with the Cubs as if that's a difference maker, then I'll just leave. I'm not going to be we're not going to be dealing with that this winter into the spring. Because Cody Bellinger is not the difference between you getting the playoffs and not. You know, I lived through the Cubs this year. He's not the difference between you making the playoffs or not. It's not.
No.
Stars do that. Stars make that difference. So Bregman on the Cubs team, I think that would make a lot of sense.
The only reason I would lean more towards no shot is because Jed was so I don't know, focused on talking about youth and our young players and Bregman at 30 years old. I don't know that that's the direction he would go. I don't know. I don't. That's what leads me to thinking it's no shot.
Okay, then the Brewers will just kick your ass again. You want that?
Probably.
Okay.
We get a feisty Craig Counsell again.
Okay. I just know that Craig Counsell did not sign up here in a bigger market, making more
Correct.
money to be out of the playoffs.
Correct.
He's looking on the other side of that saying, that's my team.
Right.
That's my team. Look at my team. My team is on the precipice.
We were 10 games behind them. Like, it wasn't close.
There's a reason why there's a lot of firings
They
over
don't
there.
also have, I don't feel like the Cubs have that alpha guy who is a voice in that clubhouse
Nope.
that can stand up and say, let's get it together. And I don't think they have that.
You had to develop that with Rizzo,
Right.
Baez, and Bryant,
Right.
and Lester, and guys like
But
that.
Rizzo was that guy. Lester was that guy.
Yeah. You had to develop that. That's not on this ball club.
No, it isn't. Is Bregman that kind of guy?
I think he's going to have to be. He's going to have to be. Just think about that, Shay. How much money that the Cubs have spent. And I know that Cap has gone through this chapter and verse, but just the point is that how much money have you spent? And what have you spent it on? Non-playoff team. Over $230 million
Right.
to be on the sidelines? Nonsense. And if they don't spend more money and get more talent over there, difference-making talent. I know that my partner is always talking about the bullpen. If they only had, say, does hitting matter at all in baseball? Does offense ever matter? I'm watching the playoffs. I think offense matters. Like, you can tell me about the bullpen all you want, about who's going to close in the ninth, but if you can't hit the baseball, you'll never see the closer.
And that exactly. Closer to me is just the most overrated thing in playoff baseball because you have to get to him. And if you don't get to him, then he doesn't matter. Over the course of 162 games, closing games is important, but in the playoffs, doesn't really matter. You got to be able to get a lead and get to that guy.
Blown saves are blown saves. But by the way, with those blown saves, does not necessarily mean you would have won those ball games, especially with this offense.
No.
So that's it's what Cap hangs his hat on, and that's fine. At some point, he's going to be on Shay's side and my side that stars help
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
lot.
a lot.
A lot. Chicago's home for sports.